Hi everyone! In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to simplify a surd. Now a surd is a square root symbol, so I'm going to show you how to do it without using your calculator. In this first example, the square root of 12, I'm trying to find a number that 12 can divide by that can be square rooted. So if I think about all the factors of 12, I've got 1 and 12. Neither of those can be square rooted. I've got 2 and 6. Again, neither of these can be square rooted to give us a whole number. The next one, 3 and 4. Now, 4 is what we call the square factor because it can be square rooted. So I'll show you this in the next step. Equal to square root of 4 times 3. Now, at this point, thinking about what that means, this can also be written as, so thinking about this rule is equal to AB. So this means that I can separate both of these numbers, 4 and 3, into their own square roots. So the square root of 4 times the square root of 3. As you can see, because I can calculate the square root of 4, this leaves my answer as 2 root 3, which is how you simplify a surd. For the next one, question B, 4 root 125. So again, for this next question, we're going to start by finding the highest squared factor. So in this case, that would be 25. Because 25 can be square rooted. So again, I'm breaking it down. The 4 stays out the front. This breaks into the square root of 25 times the square root of 5. Now at this point, I can simplify my squared factor by changing that to 4 times 5 times the square root of 5. And this is where I combine my two front numbers. So I'm left with 20 root 5. Now in both cases, a reminder, how we simplified the surds is we first found the highest squared factor that can be squared to give us a whole number. Then I broke up my surds and simplified the part of the surd that can be square rooted. Then if there was a number out the front, in part A there wasn't, in part B there was, I multiply the square rooted number by that front number, which is why in this case I ended up with 20. Now this third example, this is a little bit trickier because we've got a fraction, as you can see. I'm going to start though by looking at my surd. So again, I want to break it into squared factors. The highest squared factor in 54 is 9, because 9 can be square rooted. That breaks down into 9 times 6, and that's still all over 12. Then remembering that this means that I can pull out the square root of this number here, which will end up being 3 square root of 6 over 12. Now at this point, I want to simplify my fraction, and I can do that by finding the highest common factor of the top and the highest common factor of the bottom. So to simplify, divide the top by 3, divide the bottom by 3. And moving up here, because we need a little bit more space. This means I'm left with, so that cancels out. And this one will cancel out as well and become 4. So this means I am left with square root of 6 over 4. And that is my answer simplified. Please check out my other videos and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye!